following podcast contains explicit language.
What's going on, Hive Minders? Welcome back to the Mind Meld, a podcast hosted by Mason Burns.
Hello, hello.
And me, J.S. Price. The Mind Meld is a lively discussion about yours and our favorite stoner thoughts, pop culture references, video games, and more. Or as we like to call it, an hour of your lives that you're never getting back. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening, and it was good to know you.
Mm-hmm.
We're here for another episode.
Yeah, we made it.
We made it. We survived.
Mm-hmm. Just life.
We're surviving
We're
life.
here. We're here.
And it's yet another one of those situations where enough time passes that lots of things happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it best that we go over all those things.
Oh.
Probably.
I mean, sure, we can go over it all. Yeah.
We can go over
We're
them all.
here.
We're here.
Yeah.
Might as well.
Might as well wobble into the microphone for a little bit.
Why? There's no better thing to do on a Monday night.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, I guess the best place to start is, how was your week?
Oh, my week was good.
Tell me.
Work has been exhausting.
Okay.
Only because, I mean, it's like classic shit that people deal with everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Staffing, just being stretched too thin. Everyone thinks their job is hard, so it's hard. Yeah, she's fucking skittering.
Yeah.
Like, everyone thinks their job is hard, and so and it probably is. You know what I mean? But yeah, just stretched too thin. Kids be wildin'.
My job's harder, but whatever.
The sun,
I'm kidding.
the sun truly brings out a like a wild, like where the wild things are vibe for children. Like when kids feel the sun, they're like Superman. The rays of the sun empower them to be insane.
Dude, I'm inclined to believe and agree with that because the first, okay, so you know how we had like a pretty sunny weekend here, like a couple weekends.
Washington is known for its one sunny week/weekend, and then it's gray for a month and a half.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's usually how it goes during during spring, and then the summer is like pretty warm and like nice. But we had our one weekend, and let me tell you, the second that I stepped outside and felt that cool breeze and hot sun, I literally was like, I was like, I feel strong.
Yeah, I think the first day the sun came out, I spent 80% of the day my work day outside. I was like, every time someone wanted to go outside, I was like, I am there. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's get in the sun. Let's run around. Let's play tag.
Yeah, dude.
Why not? And I was in the sun so much. The first weekend that it was really sunny, I went over to my dad's place to get some stuff done, and it was like maybe 55, 60 degrees. It wasn't like super warm.
Yeah.
But the sun was out, so I had my sleeves rolled up. I was sitting on the deck just like laying out. And we were all out there. There was like four of us out there. Riley was in the jacuzzi, and so she was chilling. We were just chilling in the sun, but it was not warm. It was just sunny.
You're just coping.
Yeah, exactly.
You're just out there
it was like big cope. She is tweaking.
Holy fuck.
The chicken made her
their
tweak.
cat, Eowyn, is having the zoomies right now.
Yeah, she ate some chicken.
Oh, is that what chicken does?
I mean, anything that's not kibble probably just fucking puts you in a mood. You know what I mean?
I guess so.
Imagine eating just schlop every day of your life, and then just one day you get something that's just actually flavorful. Oh, dude, fucking imagine.
That was like me eating the chicken just now as well.
Just now, you tell me you eat schlop?
I mean, that's basically what every other food is, except for that delicious chicken that
it
I
was
just
very
had.
good.
Now, comparatively, I'm like, well, I can't eat anything else.
Yeah.
I guess I'll starve now.
Yeah, I've had something on my mind, and it's been
what behind me.
Oh, the picture. Yeah, this is a complete tangent, but we got a digital picture frame.
Yeah,
we have up. It's on the screen. Just came as a Snapchat of JS. He just looks silly. We have a lot of silly pictures on there, which is actually really enjoyable.
I mean, it's just a picture of me with a caption that says "Let's fuck."
Yeah, I should put. I put a if it was in frame, I'd say look out for it. But I put a picture of white background Bellsprout, just that shows up every once in a while, and it always makes me smile.
Yeah.
There's something on my mind recently.
Okay, go ahead.
And I hope you know it.
You hope I know it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the McDonald's at the Pentagon.
Oh, yeah. There's a McDonald's in the Pentagon. I work at the McDonald's.
Love that video. That video has just been incredible. It's been incredible.
Okay, where have you been seeing it? Because, I think I assume you don't have TikTok.
No.
And that's, the place that I think it's really, popped
Instagram
up.
Reels.
Instagram Reels.
Yeah.
Okay. So, similar. So,
yeah, same
concept.
formula,
different app.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I love it.
Yeah, no, it's great.
I love
it. I saw somebody posted a thing about it recently that was like, it's like Weird Al and like some other parody artist like had a non-binary child and then they make like bangers, and I was like, yeah, it's not too far off. I mean, the first time I heard it, I was kind of like,
it's so catchy, dude.
Yeah.
It's so catchy.
I was jamming.
No, I just love that video. That's it. That's what's been on my mind recently is that video. I feel like every time I am like not thinking of something, it's that. Like that's what comes to mind.
You're just thinking about the McDonald's and the Pentagon?
Yeah, it's just so good.
And how there's not a lot of spots for lunch, but it's better than, I don't know the rest of the lyrics.
And there's not a lot of spots for lunch, but it's a killer gig. Flipping up the Big Macs. Yeah. It's so good. If you don't know it, go watch it, please.
True.
That video deserves a view from every person on the planet.
100%. I think it's also on most like streaming services, so go support your local, or not local, but go support a queer artist that made a really good song.
I didn't even know that, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything. Oh, I've seen it a bunch of times. I saw a Hatsune Miku version of it, which was really funny. Yeah. That's been on my mind recently. So
that's just been is that like your whole thing? You've just been thinking about the McDonald's and the Pentagon?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It's been good.
Do you think that they have to sign like do you think at the McDonald's and the Pentagon you have to sign like a massive NDA that's like, if you serve food there, like if you quit your job there and you go work somewhere else, you're under constant like federal observation?
I don't think so, only because I feel like the people that eat at the McDonald's at the Pentagon have signed those, and so if you work in the McDonald's and you hear something, it's their fault. It's not yours.
I mean, yeah, I guess so, but it's not
theirs.
it's not like their solution to it is killing the guy that like said it. It's killing the guy that said it and heard it. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think they would murder.
I mean, you don't know that.
I don't know what happened to the Pentagon.
Look at what happened to Boeing.
This might be like outing myself, but what even fucking happens at the Pentagon?
Government stuff.
That's what I'm saying. Like, who fucking knows?
Okay, I'll tell you exactly what happens at the Pentagon.
You don't know. Don't talk like
it's called. It's this map called 5, and there's zombies
That's
there.
exactly what I was
thinking. And there's 4. Yeah. And
It's
Fidel Castro,
JFK,
Richard Nixon.
Of course.
Yeah.
I loved. Dude,
that's what happens at the Pentagon.
I think I've mentioned this before, but when I would get like really, really stoned, I would pull up the voice lines that JFK would say in that map and just listen to them. And I would just fucking listen to him, just like a whole like YouTube video of him saying random shit.
That's so crazy.
I don't know why, but it brings me
what's the
large
thing that he
joy.
says where he's like, pray that we not have better lives, but that we are better men.
Yeah,
or some shit like
he
that.
says a bunch of random shit, but it's just like the way he says it is just music to my ears.
Every time I think about JFK, I think about Clone High specifically.
Clone High?
Yeah. Have you heard of Clone High?
I don't even know what that is.
So the idea behind Clone High is that it takes place in like the future, I'm pretty sure, and they take the DNA of like various historical figures throughout the years and essentially make clones of them where they're all the same age and they all go to high school.
Weird.
And so there's people like Cleopatra, there's JFK, there's
is this like a
Fidel
show?
Castro. Yeah.
Bellsprout showed up.
What's up?
Bellsprout.
Bellsprout? Holy,
Yeah.
it is a picture of Bellsprout.
Yeah, told you.
Anyway,
I've never heard of that. Is it? Sorry, tell me again what it is. A show? A YouTube
Clone
channel?
High. It's a show.
YouTube.
Sorry.
Oh, is it a real show? Real series? Okay.
It's a show, and
Is it
I don't
animated?
remember. Yeah, it's animated. I don't remember how long ago it aired, but I mean, you're not going to get high for it, but there are a lot of great like JFK lines in it that you're like, this is a banger.
Oh.
There's one where he's like in a car driving real fast and he's like, nothing ever bad happens to the Kennedys.
I've seen that.
And then the car flips and he's like, ah.
I've seen that clip.
Yeah. That is a classic clip.
I've never watched Clone High. I mean, I have to give it a look.
I would look into it if you really like JFK's voice that much.
Yeah, it's just not. I honestly think that JFK's like voice and the way he talks and his inflections is like just as soothing to my ears as like Morgan Freeman's voice. But it's a lot like scratchier. You know what I mean? Like it almost is like if you were to like nails on a chalkboard.
Yeah.
That's how I think JFK's voice is.
But I feel like with JFK, it's like very specific. Like, okay, I don't know what it is about both of those presidential candidates, both Richard Nixon and JFK, but like the inflection in which that both of them speak is insane.
Yeah.
Like, I love that JFK is like,
who talks like that?
Dude, nobody.
JFK.
Yeah, exactly. Except for them. Like JFK is like, my friends, I've come here to give you a it's very, I don't know, it's like old timey.
I would be interested to know if that's like, I guess at the time, because it's not like an accent now, but if it was like an accent thing,
yeah,
like
it might be.
I don't have no idea where he's from.
I have no idea where he's from either. But that's the thing, is that Richard Nixon is also, he sounds like a psycho. Like if you heard him speak, he's like, oh, well, this is not a fucking, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. This is not a democracy.
Speaking of presidents.
Oh, no.
What?
Go ahead.
I've been thinking a lot about, it's not going where you think it's going.
Oh, okay.
I've been thinking a lot about, isn't it Theodore Roosevelt who's in Night at the Museum?
Yes,
the one
it
who's on the
is.
horse? I've
Yes,
been thinking about him.
Like, why? Just like,
I like the Night at the Museum.
So
the concept, okay, for those of you who don't know,
I just gotta I gotta understand this train of thought. Like, were you thinking about Robin Williams and then you were thinking about Theodore Roosevelt, or was it like you were laying in bed and you were like, Theodore?
I honestly was thinking about how his character in that movie, Theodore Roosevelt, has the relationship with like the Pocahontas in the museum.
I don't remember
in the movie. It's very strange.
He does?
Yeah, he does. Sacagawea. My fault.
Sacagawea.
Pocahontas is not what I meant.
That is like the most offended I've ever seen.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I'm so stuck.
Go ahead.
I was thinking about that. Their dynamic and how fucking strange it is.
Like in the movie.
Yeah, because the whole concept of Theodore Roosevelt, Robin Williams' character, is he like looks at her from afar and she never speaks. Like that's like the whole. And then
I do remember this.
It's very strange. But the Night at the Museum movies are fire.
Aren't there like 4 of them?
There's too many. The second one was too many.
I thought you were gonna say 2 at first, and I was like, you're definitely wrong.
No, there's like 4. There's too many. The second one was like literally probably didn't even need to get made.
I can't believe that Ben Stiller like kept doing that.
Ben Stiller, I feel like, is one of those actors, and like, correct me if I'm wrong, the peoples, but
the people,
yeah, just whoever's listening,
whoever's out there.
Yeah, it's like I feel like he's someone who just like won't back down from a character once he's committed to it. You know what I mean? It's like he is that character, and they're like, we're gonna make another one. He goes, well, it's got to be me. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel like Ben Stiller is one of those people where, I mean, like I can imagine with things like Night at the Museum, it was one of those things where he's not necessarily like, I gotta do this, but he's like, I mean, if you're gonna pay me, I might as well.
Well, that's what I'm saying, man. You fucking. I'm not saying he phoned it in, but if I was an actor and I hit a point to where I had enough of a reputation to where I could get jobs off name alone, I'd start phoning shit in all the time.
That's fair. But like, think about something like Tropic Thunder. Like I
don't want to think about that.
He directed that movie and then was like, I'm gonna cast myself in this role, and then did one of the most insane movies of all time. And he was like very adamantly like, this has to be me.
This has to be me. Well, that's what I'm saying, man. You hit a point where it's just like, it's your fucking show, man. You run that shit.
I guess so.
And I'm not defending any of Tropic Thunder, except like some of the funny bits.
Yeah.
But like, there's a lot in that movie that's just like, it's not good.
It's pretty bad.
It's not good.
It's like
Robert
it's definitely
Downey, Mr. Jr.
Oh, Robert Downey Jr. You can't do blackface, man. That's not cool, dude.
That's not cool.
It's not cool, man. Can't do that.
Speaking of Robert Downey Jr.'s mask, are you excited for him to be Dr. Doom?
Dude, no.
Did you like that transition? I felt good about that.
That was a bad one.
Why?
His mask?
His masks, plural.
His masks, plural. Okay, his masks, plural. On one hand, we have Dr. Doom, and on the other, we have blackface. Wow.
No, man. Okay, so I just think about the phrase that...
No. 10 out of 10 transition.
Thank you. Man. The phrase...
Go ahead, Dr. Doom.
The phrase they told... Oh, let me start here. I'm very excited for the new Fantastic Four movie.
Oh, yeah.
I think that movie is going to be incredible. Somebody I work with, he's a really, really big Marvel fan, and he told me that he like sets alarms to watch trailers and stuff like that when they come out, which is like, you know, you do you. Love what you love. I respect that.
Yeah.
But he was telling me that like he cries at like every Marvel trailer that comes out. Yeah.
Well, at everyone?
He might have said everyone to generalize, and I'm sure it's not everyone. but
like I just like I don't.
Go ahead.
I'm trying to. I feel like I've seen so many Marvel trailers over the years, and some of them have been like not that great.
Yeah. Well, I think if you are going to cry at one, the Fantastic Four one's pretty reasonable.
It is pretty
All
reasonable.
things considered, that movie looks incredible.
It does. The cinematography does look really good.
Yeah.
It looks really pretty. Some of the shots look great.
Yeah, and I just recently rewatched the 2015 Fantastic Four.
Oh, the one with Miles Teller. Say that again.
That movie's a dumpster fire. Dumpster fire.
Fantastic. Say that again.
That movie's a dumpster fire.
Hey.
The movie's not good.
Yeah.
It's
Poor
like,
Miles Teller.
He's a great actor.
I know he's a great actor.
He's a great actor.
I know he is.
And like Michael B. Jordan's in that movie, and he's a great actor.
I know he is.
And it's like, man, I watched a video on it how it was like, well, it was the first half was like, it's almost it draws parallels for me to like Zack Snyder's Justice League, to where it's like it was like a pretty okay movie to start, and then it just got destroyed.
I don't remember if we talked about this last time, but did we talk about like how with the new James Gunn Superman coming out, like all the Zack Snyder like dick riders are coming out of their caves.
I think we did talk about that.
Being like, Gunn wishes he could be Zack Snyder, and I'm like, he doesn't know you like that.
No. Also, it's like, why would you be so high on those movies,
dude?
There's no need.
There's no need.
They're not that good.
They're not that good.
Like,
I mean,
I
like,
get you have a Batman tattoo across your chest. I get it.
Here's the thing.
Go watch Christian Bale. Like, get over it.
Well, here's the thing too. Is like, personally, I think that movie's not great.
Yep.
And like, I don't think any of those movies are super great, which is fine. But like, if people think that those movies are great, that's cool. But that is no excuse for you to be like, this other movie looks like dog shit.
Yeah. Well, like, yeah, I think we talked about this last time too, but there's no need. It's like just wait.
Just wait.
Just wait.
Wait. Anyway,
but I'm really excited for the new Fantastic Four movie that's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm going to cry at a trailer, it'll be that one.
Really?
I didn't when I saw it, but I really liked the trailer. It was
I cried
really
at the
fucking
Marvels.
Cool. Fantastic Four. Like, it's just so good.
It does look good.
Yeah. Dr. Doom seems sick as Robert Downey Jr. I'm excited for that. You don't like that?
I think they could have done like infinitely better casting.
What? You really think so?
Yeah, because here's the thing. Like, okay,
go ahead.
Here's my whole point. Right? Is like I normally wouldn't mind Robert Downey Jr. as like this role, but Disney's like very obviously trying to move in a direction where they're like caring more about diverse groups, which is great. Like they're doing more like LGBTQ plus positive movies, like more colored characters. Yep. Dr. Doom is like one of the coolest villains ever, and he's Romanian.
Yeah,
like fair. They had a lot of great options.
Yeah,
and they were like, let's use our favorite guy, Iron Man, who we've been using for the past like however many years of Marvel movies.
I am excited, and excited might be the wrong word, to hear if he puts an accent on.
If he does, that's going to be...
That's what I'm saying. It's not going to be good. But I think there's a world that they try to like rope in the fact that he looks like Iron Man, looks like Tony Stark into the story. I think that might be why they did it.
Well, those are all the memes. Do you remember like the Absolute Cinema memes where they were like, it was like, it's like a slideshow of, the first slide is like Peter being like, no, Mr. Stark, how could you do this? And then the next slide is him being like, I am Doom. And then the next slide is like the Thing showing up and he's going to be like, this is fantastic. And then the next slide is Miles Teller being like, say that again. And then the next slide is Martin Scorsese and he's like, Absolute Cinema. Yeah.
Oh, man. No. That's not good.
Yeah, I know it's not good, but that's going to be the format of the movie.
No, man.
I hate to say it, man.
I think there's a chance that it's okay.
Maybe.
I think so, but like I do want them to just destroy the whole universe. I want this like the Secret Wars, Doomsday, like the two movies, to just destroy the 616 universe that Marvel lives in.
Yeah.
And then just be like, yeah, we're just going to start over with X-Men.
I would be down
making X-Men movies.
Yeah.
And then like eventually Iron Man can show back up, but like what's the point when Spider-Man could be there? Spider-Man's been a part of the Fantastic Four.
He has. He was the Fantastic Bagman or whatever for a little bit as well.
Yeah.
Who texted me?
I liked that. It's a good bit.
Yeah.
Spider-Man is the best. You just always bring Spider-Man back and it's all good.
Yeah. Personally, I'm not like I think Holland's Spider-Man is fine.
Yeah, I think it's fine. If we're thinking like pure movies, I think it's Maguire, Holland. Oh, it's so disrespectful to Garfield, though.
Here's the thing, is that I feel like they're all really good in their own sense. Like, I feel like Toby had the most hands. Like, he was, like, fighting.
The most hands. I mean, hey.
Bro, he was, like, you see the second movie where he's, like, fucking weaving with Doc Ock, and he's, like, pow, pow, you know, that whole, like, that shit was clean.
He beat Bonesaw in the wrestling tournament.
Andrew Garfield is a really good, like, Spider-Man in concept. Like, I think he accurately portrays, like, the best Spider-Man. And I think Holland is by far the most like accurate and best Peter Parker.
Yeah.
I don't think he's a great Spider-Man. I think he's fine, but not my favorite.
Yeah, well, like I saw this thing the other day. It was a video talking about how everything up until
Go ahead.
What's the movie called?
Go ahead.
The most recent Spider-Man movie.
No Way Home?
Sure. Up until the one where everyone forgets who Spider-Man is.
Yes. Spoilers.
Dude, that movie is like 6 years old, man.
If you haven't seen it, I don't know.
How old is that movie? It's like 6 years old. It's not. It's like 4 or 5, maybe.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But
I don't know. Anyway, go ahead.
Everything up in the MCU up until that point was his origin story. Like, because they didn't give him an origin story originally.
Yeah.
Because like Uncle Ben died, you just assumed that he died and like stuff like that. And then spoilers. And then Aunt May dies and
then she says the line.
Yeah, and then she says the line. So it's like now he is ready to be the Spider-Man that he was supposed to be. So I think he's gonna get better and be like the main character in a lot of stuff going forward.
I think that he can definitely. I think that there's.
So I think
they've definitely
he'll
set
get
it
better.
up for improvement now that he's like a very small time character.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I haven't watched it yet, but Daredevil Born Again.
Oh, I've heard it's so good.
I'm so excited to watch it.
So
I love Daredevil, man. I think Daredevil is one of the coolest characters
He's
ever,
cool.
and I think that Charlie Cox does a really great job at being Daredevil. Hello, Awen.
I think
you
so
have
too.
anything to say?
Fuck Daredevil.
Dude, why would she wouldn't say that?
Are you sure? You don't know her takes.
She's sniffing the microphone. I don't think it picks it up, but still.
Yeah.
Are you gonna bite me for petting you?
No, but I think like, I think it's gonna be really good. I think there's no way they miss. You think so?
I mean, there's always room for them to be like,
of course.
I'm gonna fuck this up as hard as I can.
I did hear spoilers. I did hear that within the first few minutes of the first episode, a long-term character from the original show dies.
Holy!
It's in the first couple minutes.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, like, how else do you get your audience invested in a new show?
That's a good question.
You know, it's a good way to do it. I mean, you're a writer. What would if you were I don't. Is it the same writers?
I have no clue.
From show to show. But if you were tasked with like having to write this new Daredevil show, like, how do you get people invested back into it?
Dude,
like,
I don't
other
know.
than just the character being badass.
Okay, here's the thing: is like,
and they bombed in She-Hulk. Like, he's been consistently okay in the new stuff that's been coming out, but She-Hulk was not good.
That is true, and that's the thing that's a bummer. Is like, it's one of those moments where I'm like, they would have had a lot of great they would have had a great place to work with, so long as they had a good last season of Daredevil, which they didn't, and then also his portrayal in She-Hulk was terrible.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, like, what do you do next?
From realistically, I think their decision making was fine, considering that a lot of people that it's gotten really good feedback and people really like it. Obviously,
the show.
Yeah. But I don't know if I would have done anything differently. I think I would have just kept it the same as they had, because I mean,
just kept the same theme and story. Not story, but like just continuing.
But it is one of those things where it's like you have to take a risk. Like, there's no
100%.
You can't know for sure what's going to make people happy, especially after you flop a character so hard.
It's true.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing too, is I feel like his character itself wasn't portrayed negatively or wasn't like terrible.
Yeah.
But I think you're right. I think from like a writer's perspective, you really need something to just draw people in.
Yeah.
Because it's like, if you're a fan of the old series and you watch the first episode and you're like, that was mid, you might not watch the rest of it.
That is, yeah.
And so you need to draw people in.
Totally.
But I don't know. I've heard it was really good. I haven't seen it though.
I have not either. It's on the list. I'm finishing up me and my dad are watching Invincible together, and obviously there have been a lot of episodes that have come out, and so we're not caught up right now. So
there's a third season now, isn't there?
There is, and we're not caught up on the third season, but we are watching it, and it's been very good so far.
It's incredible. It's an incredible show.
It's a great show. The comics are great, and it's really fun because I love the comics, and so like as we get further into the show, I'm excited to see how it gets animated. Although, since they got rid of the porn animators from season 1, it's not as good.
The porn animators?
Yeah.
You gotta give me some context, my friend.
So they had a bunch of animators that were working on the show that also worked on porn.
Good for them.
Yeah, and
diversifying your portfolio.
And the animation for season 1 looked fucking phenomenal.
It fucking banged. It was really
so
good. It was really good.
And since then, they let go of those artists, and the animation has gone significantly downhill.
Did they let go of them because they did porn?
I don't think so. I think it was for
other reasons.
I think it was for budgeting reasons, but I'm not sure. Anyway,
it's kind of tough.
I know it is tough because if they had just paid those people and kept them working, we would have had I mean, the story is great, so I just want some baller fight scenes.
Yeah,
you know
dude, it's hard to be an artist.
It is.
It's fucking hard, especially when we're about to be in a recession. You know what I mean? Like, fucking art suffers and that kind of shit, man.
It's one of those things,
world's
man.
about to be gray.
I know.
World's about to be gray.
It's one of those things though, where I'm like, it's so obvious how much of a downgrade the actual animation style is that I'm like, how can you deny that these people from season you have comparable work?
Yeah, actively made the show better. You
literally have season 1 and season 2 side by side, and you can be like, yeah, this one's better.
I'd be curious to see if there was a difference in turnaround times, if there was a difference.
There 100% is too.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'd be curious to see.
Which is what's shocking to me and that's probably also why it's not as good because they are trying to push out this season as fast as possible with less animators than they had before.
Fucking corporate greed, my man. Corporate greed.
And you know what? It's an Amazon original, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
I think it's at least an Amazon exclusive.
Those fucking Amazon greedy bitches.
Man.
Let's explode them.
I need my 2-day free shipping.
I'll let somebody else do it.
No, dude, that's the complacency that makes the world collapse. You know what I mean? It's either that or it's fucking they're gonna put a helmet on my head and I'll be like, it's all good, I got it for free. And then I'm going to war. It's cooked.
It's all right, man.
Honestly, if we're derailing. You ready?
Go ahead.
Go
ahead.
If they developed imagine I need you to really get imagine with me.
I'm locked in.
Okay. So picture this. People say that wars going forward aren't going to be fought with troops, they're going to be fought with things like ideas, technology, internet, stuff like that, right? So imagine
this is okay. I thought you were. If you hadn't started smiling and chuckling before you said imagine, I would believe that you're going to go somewhere serious with this. But because of that fact, I just know you're going to say some really stupid shit.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So are you? Do you have the premise locked in?
I'm ready.
Okay. So future wars.
Yep.
Fought with technology like that. If they made a way for them to put just a helmet on my head and I'm a net runner, I'd join the military.
A net runner?
Yeah, in Cyberpunk where it's you put a helmet on your head and you're basically in VR and you're running in the internet. I'd be a little fucking foot soldier on the internet. You you die in the game, you die in real life type shit. Honestly, okay. New tangent, but similarly coded. Are we okay? Can we go there?
Yeah, I'm ready.
If they I'm sure this is a real story somewhere, but if they sold a VR game where you did that and but you're actually just committing war atrocities but you don't know how
I don't know what I'm doing.
Would that weigh on your conscience if you figured it out?
I mean maybe.
Or even
it's like that. Have you seen Severance?
Yeah. I haven't seen all of it, though. I've only seen the first season.
I saw the first episode recently.
Okay. I've only seen the first season. So I love that show.
I need to watch it. Did you know that Ben Stiller directed that show?
I did.
Going back to Ben Stiller.
Incredible.
Anyway,
I love Ben Stiller.
it's a similar thing, right? Like maybe they're like two separate consciousnesses.
Oh, they're doing like
one,
crazy shit.
Yeah. One where you know all the atrocities that you're committing, and one where you're like, I just got back from work, I guess.
That's crazy. Imagine like having like a war PTSD nightmare, and you're like, who was that? That wasn't me. And
I didn't do that.
Like, oh my god. I'm going somewhere different again.
Okay. You're there's a lot on your mind.
Yeah.
All right.
I've been thinking a lot. I recently said something that I thought was really funny. I was like, when I used to get high all the time, it felt like I was in Severance, because I would have my my high mode where I can like disassociate and just like fuck around and be relaxed. Yeah. And then when I like wouldn't be high, I'd be like, okay, it's time to get shit done. And so like whenever I'm like, oh, it's time for my innie to get some time.
Yeah.
And like, dude, and like become a different person. That's so I was relating it to Severance earlier today.
That's absurd. That's so funny.
I liked it.
I was hanging out with my buddies. I'm gonna name drop them, Malcolm and Edgar, recently.
Nice.
And Malcolm's he's a pretty avid stoner.
Cool.
Like him and I think he smokes less than I do now, because he got a job as a mechanic at a Honda dealership.
Oh, good for him.
Congratulations.
Good for him.
That's awesome.
Mechanics make good money.
So he's been doing that, and I've been doing my own thing, but we both smoke, and our buddy Edgar doesn't smoke often, but he recently messaged us, as he usually does, and was like, I haven't hung out with you guys in a while. I want to hang out, and like, let's smoke together. And we were like, oh,
cool.
Okay.
This is a moment.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So we hung out, and we were like eating pizza, playing games, whatever, and then it was time. It was time to engage, to partake.
Time to light it up.
And so, Malcolm and I are on a similar wavelength where we're like, oh yeah, like, where do you want us? In the sense of like, do you want to smoke up front? Like, he has a backyard. Do you want to smoke in the back? Like, whatever. And it becomes immediately obvious to me that he doesn't smoke often, because he goes, well, why not just right here?
Oh.
Like in the house. And I was like, no, we're not doing that, actually.
No.
He was like,
are you insane? Like, come on now.
I was like, no, we're not doing that. And he's like, well, all right, I mean, why not? And we were like, you're not getting the smell out of your carpet for months.
Yes. Well, there's that, and it's like the vibes are just better outside.
True.
They're just better.
I was, who was I talking to about this recently? I think I was talking to my mom about it, where I was, you've seen where I live, like the deck that we have, that like strip has very little light pollution. And so it's very nice, because I get to go out there and I like see all these beautiful stars, and I see the moon, and I'm just out there with my headphones on, listening to music.
Yeah, it's a good vibe.
Being like, wow,
it's a good vibe.
This is magical. This is in a similar vein, and obviously you don't have to answer. Do you think you'll ever come back?
Ever smoke again?
Yeah.
It's hard to say.
Okay.
Because I think I'm kind of at the point to where I won't do it on my own, but also I don't want to do it again for the first time with people, if that makes sense.
Okay.
And so I'm kind of like a weird in-between to where like, yeah, I probably would try again, but also it's like I've smoked so much in the past that I'm okay with just remembering what it felt like at this point. Instead of doing it. I do have moments where I'm like, oh man, like I remember what it was like to play World of Warcraft high, and that was one of like some of my favorite like times playing World of Warcraft was just stone in my mind.
Totally.
But I don't miss the feeling enough to, I guess, just to do it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I just don't miss. It's like I've gotten really, really drunk a couple times, and I'm like, I don't like that feeling enough to get like consistently like tipsy.
Yeah.
It's like a similar feeling,
totally.
to where, because I know that if I were to smoke again, I would want to get just boomed out of my mind.
That's so crazy to me.
Just I'd want to get destroyed.
I think you and I are different in that way, because I'm pretty risk adverse in the sense that like if I had taken an extended break, I would be like, let's just do it.
No, I would pretend like I never stopped. Like I would like, because I've probably told these like stories before, but me and my like roommate Emmett had a whole gram infused joint to us two in one sitting. Like, we were stoned out of our minds. Like, it was like we were probably on the porch for what felt like 30 minutes for like 5 hours. like we were stoned out of our minds. And like I used to do that like all the time.
Dude, but that's like, okay, but you're just like, you're setting yourself up for disaster
probably.
If you're like, that's what I'm gonna do.
Probably. And
or
if
that's
that
what I think about
doing. And if I go back to it and it drives me away from it forever, let it be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if I can't go back to it and be the man that I was with a joint in my hand, I'm not going to do it.
I don't think that's how it works, but you live your truth. I think...
Dude, I really don't think you understand how high I was all the time.
Yeah, I know, but what I'm saying is, like, I don't think that... Like, there's a reason that they say easing back into something. Because you're supposed to ease your way back
That's
into
an interesting
it. You know
concept.
what I'm saying?
No. I like to... So say this is my... I have a visual.
All
so
right.
like I'll explain it as I do it. Say that this closed fist is my weed tolerance, right?
Okay.
I want to just punch right through that. Is what I want to do.
There's a...
It's a crying baby.
It's a crying baby. The microphones definitely can't pick it up.
It is what
However,
it is.
there is definitely a child that is crying.
Yeah,
out there.
I want to just fist my way into weed again if I'm gonna do it. But I don't know, man.
That's the worst description you could have come up with.
I don't want to do it again. I don't think. And
Okay.
the more I talk about it, the more I'm like, probably not.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Totally understand. Thank you for answering.
Welcome.
I'm also like slowly getting to a point recently where I'm like, oh, I'm doing this too much. I should probably take a break.
Yeah.
But it's how it be.
Yeah, I mean, dude, live your life, man. You just started smoking weed. Like,
yeah,
give it a little bit.
Here's the thing: is like I was like, I feel like out of any time, now is probably like the best time for me to be like, you know what? Maybe I'll take a break soon, because the first time I ever smoked weed was the day I turned 21. I was a good boy.
Was it with me?
No, it was with my dad.
Oh, that's right. And then we did it a couple days after.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so
I remember being so excited.
Yeah, I remember you being excited.
I was stoked.
You and me and Logan were hanging out, weren't we?
Yeah,
because I remember Logan.
Because I remember like prefacing it with being like, yeah, like I smoke a lot, like let's do it.
Yeah.
And that was like close to like a couple months after we started hanging out pretty consistently.
Was that after you had moved, or was it before you moved? No, it was before you moved, because I remember you came over and you left the shot glass.
Yes.
Yep. I burped. But yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like out of any time, now is kind of the best time, because I haven't been smoking for very long, and in the time that I have, I've been enjoying it in my 20s, and I'm like, this is like the perfect time to do it.
Yeah.
And now that I've done it a bunch, I can be like, I'm okay with stopping.
Well, that's the thing, right? It's just like a recreational thing. Yeah. So it's like you can, if you want to do it every day, you can do it every day. If you don't want to do it every day, fucking do it every 3. You know what I mean? Like it's like it's one of those things where it's just I almost think about it in the same vein as like almost like caffeine, which might sound weird at first. But the way I choose to explain it is, don't look at me like that.
You said caffeine, and I was like, another bet?
I'd make another one. I've been having a lot of caffeine recently. But the way I think about it is, it's like the more you do it, obviously, the less it's gonna affect you. But I don't, at least for me, I don't think taking, for lack of a better word, a tea break from caffeine is gonna make it hit harder for me later. Like some people might make it feel that way, but like every time I've taken a tea break with marijuana, I've gone back and felt exactly the same.
Yeah,
I'm sure other people it's the same, or it's different to where, like, 'cause I know a lot of people talk about how it like makes it.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's
intense.
experience is different. Yeah, the same thing.
And I definitely think I'm ready to pivot after this if you are.
Yeah.
But I definitely think that after I stopped smoking weed like a shit ton, there was probably like 6 months I couldn't pass a drug test. That's how much weed I smoked. I don't know if that's true.
That's a crazy number. I think that might be an over exaggeration, but I will. Sure.
Okay.
All right.
I appreciate that.
Do you have a pivot in mind, or do you want me to pivot?
I've been going crazy. I don't really have anything specific, but if you have something.
I mean, I don't have anything like super specific. In my head, I was thinking about like what games I've been playing, but it's nothing super exciting.
Yeah. I was trying to
the move. The bed. The bed.
Oh, I'll tell that story.
Sorry. Go ahead. Preface the whole like.
Okay,
we're in a different space.
So we'll start with the move, I guess. Me and my partner, my beautiful partner, Ona, we had an apartment that we signed. We moved into. Wow. What day was it? We moved, or no, what month was it? We moved in end of August. We moved into this place we moved into our first apartment end of August. We find mold in November.
Okay.
Right. Fucking shitty situation.
It's a bummer.
Never want to do that.
Nobody likes mold.
They came and cleaned it, and it was fine.
Nice.
And then it came back.
That sucks.
And then it was in another spot. So it's kind of like all throughout the apartment. And so we go to... You're like, I'm not referencing anything you're saying because you said kill them. Like, what the fuck? This is my landlords. I would prefer not to say that.
Okay, my bad.
I hate them, but all good.
Landlords are evil.
Yeah.
All of them.
Well, they're the leasing office. They don't own the property.
Well, that's even worse.
But
go ahead.
So we found mold again, and then we went to talk to them, and I literally was like, hey, I'm tired of this. Like, I just need a solution. You need to tell me what my options are, and we're gonna go. And they were like, do you want to move apartments? We're like, sure. So we moved apartments. A whole bunch of shenanigans ensued with that scenario, but we are now in a new space that looks exactly the same.
Yep.
Slightly higher off the floor.
Yep.
And no mold.
No mold.
So beautiful.
Wow. Congratulations.
And while moving, it was really fast. It took us like 2 days. Me and my dad just shuffled a bunch of shit over. Shout out to him. He was really the reason he was able to be so fast and efficient.
The GOAT, Mr. Burns.
Because me and him think very similarly in terms of like, as soon as we get started, it is just like, how efficient can we do this?
Yeah.
We are already, like, we are in fucking go, go, go mode for hours.
Yeah.
We think very similarly in that vein. And so we moved everything, and then, but being in such, well, there was a lot of stuff going on. But being in the, like, go, go, go mode that we were in,
yeah,
we lost some of the bed parts. And so we're, like, putting back together the bed. We're like, oh, fuck, dude, like, what screw goes in this hole, man? Like, we can't find it anywhere. Where did it go?
Yeah.
We're freaking out. We're not freaking out, but we're like tired, and we're just like standing there. I got my hat off my head. I'm scratching my head. I'm like, dude, I don't know. Do we have any other ones? We had a couple extras.
Yeah.
And so we put these like extra screws in there. They were not the right screws. And so give it about a week. And I like to pick up Ona and throw her on the bed, and just literally like there can be no sexual inclination in that. I just think it's funny.
Sure.
And so I picked her up, I throw her on the bed, gong, 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 gong. And it just like, and the bed just like collapses. I'm looking at her. I'm standing. She's like on the bed like all hunched over because it just fell. And obviously first I'm like, oh my God, are you okay? And then I go, did we just fucking break the bed? Did it just break? And I'm looking at her, I'm like, dude, what the? And it's hilarious in the moment. But like, it was so loud and it was so weird that it even happened.
Wow.
And I'm literally like, we're like talking about it. We're like, oh, like, is it fixable? And we're like moving bed pieces. And then she goes back to go, because she was playing a game with some people in like a call.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I'll deal with it. Like, all good. I'm going to do this, and this. Like, you go do your game. And I'm in the bedroom like, fucking stupid piece of fucking shit. Oh, stupid fucking bed. And I was literally like just sitting there like, man, I cannot believe this happened.
That's such a bummer.
Like, oh, fuck. And I was like fucking taking it apart. So right now the bed is...
The mattress is just on the floor.
So the bed, it's a mattress on the floor, but it's inside the bed frame. Yeah, it's inside
the bed frame.
Yeah, it's like sunken.
Which the mattress is lower than the frame.
Yeah.
So it's like a race car bed.
Yeah, you have to crawl to get out of it. Yeah. I literally stand on the mattress and walk off of it to get out of it. It's kind of fucked up.
It is. Shout out to my roommate Logan, but for a long time he was a mattress on the floor sleeper until we moved into our apartment, which we stayed in for the rest of our college careers.
Yeah.
and you finally got a bed frame. But it was very funny.
I would even say that, though, the mattress on the floor is better than the situation we have in there right now. Because you can't just, like, roll off of it. You literally have to, like, if you're getting out of it, you have to, like, spider your leg up and, like, step over it.
Yeah, but are you, like, are you telling me that you, like... like when getting ready, you're like, all right, and then you roll over.
Honestly, yeah, that's how I get out of bed in the morning,
dude.
I take the sheet off me.
Confirmed,
and I roll and I sweep my legs off the side and then I lean myself up.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I start flat and then I spin like this and I spin onto my side and then I swing my legs out. And then I sit up like this.
Oh yeah, I do that too.
And so I rarely sit up in my bed. It's very much like I don't sit up until I'm out of the bed. I stay as flat as possible.
I think I sit up when I'm ready to get up out of bed.
You think so?
Yeah.
I just don't like doing it. The other day, so I
Go ahead.
I just want to make sure you didn't have anything before I moved on to a different scenario.
I didn't break my bed.
I'm powerful. That's all I gotta say.
I don't know what I can add to this other than you broke your bed.
I'm powerful.
Yeah. Sure. You are powerful.
Thank you. Yeah, so that fucking sucks.
Okay. that is a bummer.
I recently rewind to about 2 weeks ago.
Ben Stiller. Oh, sorry, rewind to
Ben Stiller's not in that movie. Click? You know about Click? That's Adam Sandler, isn't it?
Are we talking about Click?
I don't know, but I like that movie. No, we're not. But
where are we pivoting? Is this on the same topic?
Of what?
The bed?
No.
Oh.
It's stuff like sleeping.
Okay.
I like to sleep.
All right.
But I haven't been sleeping very good recently.
Oh.
And the other, 2 weeks ago, I would probably say, Ona told me that in the middle of the night I stopped breathing, and I was just staring at eyes closed, not breathing, and then I don't even know how much time would you say passed.
You're breathing. I'm on my phone, and you go.
Breathe in.
So a good 5 to 8 seconds goes by. I'm just not breathing, asleep. And I've always snored really loud.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be doing an at-home sleep test to see if I have sleep apnea.
Yeah. because
I wasn't breathing and it fucking was crazy.
Yeah.
And some nights I've snored so loud I've woken her up. I'm sure that if you were to stand outside of our apartment, you could hear me snoring.
Yeah, I mean, obviously your door's a little thin, it seems like.
Yeah, it's not very thick. But and so I have a sleep apnea appointment, or I have an at-home test coming to put on while I sleep. That's going to
can your watch not do it for you?
Monitor it. No, it doesn't do sleep apnea is a very specific thing. My watch at least can. Maybe an Apple Watch can, to be fair with you.
I mean, I don't know. I don't okay.
I also wouldn't want to wear it while I sleep.
This is along the vein of the whole smartwatch thing, and it is you can continue, but I wear this Apple Watch a lot. I've been wearing it for a long time. I think this Apple Watch has been on me since we did the podcast a while ago. Mm-hmm.
It hasn't come off?
No. I take it off when I shower and whatever.
Okay.
But something important to note, and this is very important to note, especially considering the fact that I take it on and off when I shower or I go to bed or whatever. This watch has been dead for 6 months.
Why do you put it on?
I don't know.
That's
it's been dead, not turned on for 6 months.
Why? Did you lose the charger?
No, I have it.
I don't understand. I really don't understand.
I just don't want to put it on the charger.
Oh, friend. Do you know what you should get?
Tell me.
You should get one of those Casio calculator watches. Those bitches never die.
True. I think I want to... You know what? That's what I want for my birthday.
Really?
Yep.
Casio calculator watch?
Yep.
Would you wear it?
Yep.
Okay. keep that in mind. They're like $20. They're not that expensive.
Sounds great.
Cool.
I also want
Keep an eye
those
out.
earbuds that you use, but I'm asking my parents for those.
Which ones? Oh,
The ones
in-ears?
on your computer.
I love those.
The in-ear monitors.
I don't know if I've ever talked about it, but I love the in-ears. Like, I used to, I don't know if I've ever said it, but I feel like I have a headset bump on my head for how often I've worn a headset. And so I've recently, that's not why, but I've recently moved to in-ears that like wrap around the back and are like really high quality and have spatial audio and everything. And I fucking love it. I don't think I'll ever go back to a headset if I can help it.
I wish I could keep doing. I want to do earbuds, and I was using my AirPods for a little bit before I broke them. And honestly, the AirPods worked great for my computer. They were super nice.
I've never had Bluetooth. Like maybe it's like my Bluetooth card or something.
It was fantastic, dude. I loved it. And okay, so yeah, I was using my AirPods for a while, and I would have kept using them had they not broken. And the way that I broke them was the stupidest shit ever. Because honestly, it's not my fault. So.
How
you
it
went to
starts.
Western.
Yeah.
You know the library.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know the things, the sensors where it will like detect if you like, I don't know if it's like check out a book or whatever it is,
they're
right?
like security sensors.
Yeah. They're like metal detectors basically. Or
they're
whatever
honestly,
it is.
I think they're literally just, like, I don't think they do anything with books. I think it's like guns.
I have no clue.
It doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah,
I guess.
it doesn't matter. I have no clue how it works, right? But one thing that I noticed, and I noticed twice actually, is that I would, wear my AirPods when I would go to the library. And both times when I would walk through the sensors, it would immediately start like high-pitched ringing. And I was like, that's probably not normal. and it happened twice. And then I went home, connected it on my computer, and the audio never worked the same.
That's so fucked up.
And I was like, dude, Western isn't going to compensate me for these.
No, the Western won't even hear you complain about that. They do not care. No university would ever care.
Yeah.
It's one of those things.
So I'm sad about it.
Yeah, that is really sad. But definitely get in-ears.
I will.
They're literally the best, honestly best purchase. I think I bought mine for $100 and some odd, less than $150.
They're on the list.
And they're really fucking good. I really fucking love them.
I'm excited for them.
And people keep asking, like, are in-ears the move? Yes. 100% they're the move. I like them a lot. Speaking of gaming.
Go ahead.
Unless you had a tangent. You sounded ready to
I
speak.
don't have a tangent.
Oh, okay.
But if it's gaming, I do like gaming.
Wow. I didn't know that about you.
Are you stupid?
Sometimes it's not up to me.
I love gaming. Okay, go ahead.
Oh man,
dude, come on.
No, dude, don't. Give me a second. Give me a second.
Valorant, Final Fantasy.
No, it's not
Risk
Final
of Rain.
Fantasy. It was about Valorant, but I remember. People. It's just about competitive Valorant. It's honestly not too big of a tangent, or not too big of like a thing. But one of the internationals this year just wrapped up.
Oh,
it was in Bangkok, and the people say that the grand final of that tournament was the best series ever played. So.
What determines that?
It was really, really close. It went to map 5.
Like when it goes to like game 5.
Yeah,
like,
it went to map 5,
okay.
multiple OTs, really close game, hero moments across the board from both teams, great play across the board from both teams.
Sick.
So people were saying that it was like the best series ever played.
Damn.
And it was really fucking good. The team I wanted to win didn't win. G2 didn't win, but
tough.
It's all good. T1 had a really cool story and made it through the whole lower bracket.
All the big names were there, I assume. G2, Sentinels,
Sen,
Loud.
T1. Loud wasn't there.
Loud wasn't there?
No, because it was only 2 teams from each region. And so G2 and Sen were the Americas representation.
Gotcha.
Navi, Genji wasn't there, surprisingly. Really? T1 was there.
Okay. Yeah.
DRX was there.
Okay. PaperX?
PaperX wasn't there.
Dude, all the ones that I like watching, that's kind of a bummer.
Well, they've kind of crashed out, to be honest with you.
Really?
Yeah. Loud's kind of mid. PaperX has been mid for a while, to be honest. This is the first international they've missed.
Tough.
In like 4 years, 3 years.
Damn.
Yeah, they've been on a streak, but they've been on a steady, slow decline.
Tough.
Just because their style of play isn't great. So it was a lot of like new teams that haven't really like seen the spotlight a whole lot.
Yeah.
That came. Sen got O2 barbecued. They got owned. So
tough.
That's how it goes.
Rest in piss.
Yeah, truly.
Mm-hmm. Except for John QT, I like him.
He is cool. John Quality Tactics.
Is that what QT stands for?
Yeah.
That's so sick.
Yeah. Quality Tactics.
Dude, John QT. What a name. That's so sick, actually. I didn't know that.
Yeah. But yeah, no, people said it was a really fun tournament. It was, the time zone was a little fucky. Like, there was games at 2 o'clock and 5 o'clock in the morning. So it
Were
was
you
like
watching it live?
No, grand final, I watched the first 2 maps live.
Okay.
And then I went to bed.
Got it.
And then I went to a map 5. So it's like, I missed everything.
You
the first 2 maps were the most sleeper of the whole series. So it was like, it was pretty tragic that I missed them. But I missed the other ones. But it was too early in the morning. It wasn't.
Did you watch
happen.
The rest of them later, I assume?
Yeah, I went back and watched them.
Okay.
Really fucking banger series, though. I don't know. I've been back on my Valorant shit. It's just really what it is. I've been playing a lot. I've been winning. I've been fragging.
Hell yeah.
So that's really the moral of that story. It's been fun.
Dude, what have I been doing? I've been on my gaming has not been interesting. I was playing PUBG a while ago, and now I'm like taking a break because I'm just like
a full gamer break or a PUBG break?
No, just a PUBG break. Just because I don't know. I was playing, and it's like it's still like kind of fun, but it's just one of those things where it's like a lot of people are better than me, and I'm just like too. I don't want to invest a bunch of time into getting as good as them. Reasonable. I just want to like play the game casually. Yeah,
that's reasonable.
But unfortunately, that is game that does not cater to casuals.
Nope.
So unfortunate. Nope. But you know what game does cater to casuals that I have been playing in a not casual way?
Tell me.
Is Minecraft.
In a not casual way?
Dude.
What does that even mean?
Me and my buddy Sandy. So, okay, the world started as me, Greg, Logan, and Sandy. And Greg at some point was like, I don't really want to play Minecraft, which was fine. You know, like everybody has their phases.
How it goes.
It was not his phase. So he's not playing. And then Logan is in school, so he's been really busy. He hasn't been able to like join us a ton. He joins here and there and like helps us with some stuff. But for the most part, it's Sandy and I, because Sandy and I have a lot of time on our hands. And we have been playing on it so much that we finally decided this is like trademark. This is Forever World. Like we're just going to keep working on this.
Okay.
And so we've been doing
trademark.
Yeah, because like it's Forever World until they come up with a new update that it like changes the terrain in some way, and then we need to generate a new map so that we can get the new like cool stuff. Because
that makes sense.
So we've been working on like 2 very separate projects. He's been working on, well, I think he finished up a gold farm recently, and then finished up what we call the M line, which is like a bullet train that he built to our mob farm. That's why it's called the M train or the M line. And I have been draining an ocean.
Nice. Why?
Yeah. Well, not draining a whole ocean, but draining an ocean monument for the sake of because I can.
Are you gonna do anything with it?
Probably.
What? Then what's the point?
I mean, because it's cool looking.
You don't have a vision?
I mean, like, okay, so here's the thing, is I'm thinking in my head, part of me wants to section it out, like, take the insides, make the rooms a little more accessible and easy to get to, and then turn it into a museum.
Oh, that's cool.
Of, like, accomplishments that we have done.
That's a cool concept. I like
that.
So,
like, we want to trap the warden in there. We want to put the Ender Dragon's egg in there. We want to do a whole bunch of stuff, right?
Okay.
So that's kind of like the concept of it. But let me tell you, that process takes so fucking long. I have gotten probably like thousands of blocks of sand for this project.
Why?
Because sand is the only, aside from gravel, is the only block that like has gravity and is affected by gravity and like falls. So I can section off the ocean and then use sponges to like get rid of the water. Because otherwise, it's fucking impossible.
I've always just done like the dome technique. Like, cause like in my last Minecraft realm, I made like an underwater like base that was made of glass, and so you just make like the base, and then you just fill it with shit, and then it gets rid of the spawning block.
Right. Yeah, but okay. Yes.
Okay.
I hear what you're saying.
Okay. Is it just too big? Why do you need sponges?
Like lengthwise, the ocean monument. To like for the radius of which the mobs that are specific to the monument spawn is 110 blocks.
It's quite big.
That's very wide.
Very large.
And so I can't And keep in mind, like,
So you're just burying it in sand?
110 blocks on a surface level is like fine, right? 110 blocks isn't too bad.
Yeah.
However, it's like 110 by like 50.
Yeah, are you just burying it in sand?
I'm not burying the whole thing in sand. I'm like creating columns of sand and then using sponges to absorb those columns of water.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, you play more Minecraft than me. You would know if that's the most efficient way to do it, but it does not sound.
It is unfortunately the most efficient way, because unlike, I'm not going to say every other game ever, but a lot of games, Minecraft doesn't have actual like water physics where
no, it doesn't.
Water like flows.
Yeah,
it's a source block.
You can't just like make a little ravine for it to go out of.
Yeah, you can place water anywhere, and all of a sudden there's infinite water coming from that location.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, all right.
I mean, like I said, I don't know enough about Minecraft to say that's not the most efficient way to do it, but it does not sound. Maybe it's just not efficient.
Anyway, that's been my whole video game thing recently. So I'm in a bit of a drought.
It's the quaft.
Repo looks fun.
That game does look okay.
It does look fun.
I actually don't know anything about it.
I want to try it. But beyond that, I don't know. I don't think I've really been playing anything, but I've been thinking about making something.
Ooh. I mean,
but
that is more your project than mine at this point. So I will not.
There's a lot of concepts. I'm not gonna throw any out there right now because obviously I have nothing that's like super solidified.
Super concrete.
However, you might hear later on down the line in these podcast episodes that I have made something.
I mean, it could be fun to do a 2-player Mind Meld game. That'd be kind of fun. Little tether scenario.
Dude.
Could be cool.
That could be sick. Holy fuck.
The way I envision it, I almost think like how you swap between Lego characters in Lego games.
That's not a bad idea.
That's kind of the way I envision it.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Where are we at with time? We're pretty much there.
You
How
want to
are
call
you
it?
feeling?
I'm down.
Down.
I've said a lot today.
I feel like I've
really
we've said enough.
I've steered the ship. It feels like today, so I'll leave it up to you.
Sounds good. I don't have anything else. Cool. Then I guess this is where we'll call it.
This is it.
Yeah, this is it. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening. We appreciate it greatly. Huge shout out to Pengu Kim for doing our design and Reflexes for doing the music. If you want to check out our socials, which we only post on when we post an episode.
Do they even exist?
It's the Mind Meld podcast on Instagram and Mind Meld PC on Twitter, which I don't know. Stuff will go up there at some point. Maybe.
Exist. I don't even have Twitter anymore.
Yeah, the vibes. It doesn't matter. Anyway, Mason, do you have any parting thoughts? Any wisdom you want to impart on our listeners at home?
Don't be afraid to talk shit to your landlord to get what you want. Because you pay a premium for that shit and you live there. Tell them what you fucking need, and they're obligated to help you.
That's a good point. That is what they're there to do. Anyway, Thank you guys so much for watching and listening. Go tell your landlords to do what you want, or give what you want, and
fix your house.
We'll see.
Please.
Fix your house.
Yeah.
We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.